Hey y'all, so I want to read y'all the scripture verse of the day, right? It's from 1 Peter 3:15. But in your hearts, honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks for a reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with gentleness and respect. And I feel like that verse really resonated with me on this day, beyond the fact that it's my birthday, but because I'm going through things, and I've made a decision to transition from my current place that me and my son stay. And I had a friend, he cares, and he's like, well, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? Like, he wants me to have answers for him, and I'm like, I don't have an answer for you. I just know that God told me to move, and I'm moving, and I don't know what it's going to be after this, but I do have hope in the Lord, and I know that we're going to be okay, because anytime he's been involved, it's always turned out great. And it looks scary in the beginning, and a little worry and anxiety, but I trust in God. So that's the only answer I could give you. I can't give you step by step, day by day, month by month, like a whole blueprint and plan, because I don't know. I don't have it. And I had to say it with gentleness and respect, not get upset, not be offended, that they ask, because sometimes people ask because they care, and they acknowledge something, that you're doing something that they wouldn't be able to do, not even if they're doing the same things, but some things that they want to do, and they like, I can't make a move until XYZ is in place, but you're making a move and you don't have XYZ in place. Like, what's that about? And it's like, it's about me believing in God and him. I'm having a steady hope that's unshakable and immovable, regardless of my circumstances, regardless of not knowing. And that's how I know, like, I'm learning to surrender control. I was raised by someone who needed to have control to feel secure, and that's not shaming anyone, because I understand that. I understand needing that safety because of situations and traumatic events that happen to you that makes you default to that frame of mind or those type of behaviors. But I just want something that's more freeing, So this verse was really perfect timing when I read it, because it's not about what happens but it's about when people notice your life, and it's like, when your life reflects something that people notice, and they want answers, and it's like, and don't take offense to it, because they want answers to maybe be encouraged, to be able to encourage themselves, to be able to make a hard decision and trust and surrender to God themselves. Like, God, I don't know, you're doing something in this person who I admire and who inspires me, and I want you to be able to do that in me. I want that same type of peace and steadiness, when it's time for me to do things and everything is not in place. So I don't stay captive to where I am, because I'm just trying to survive until I can see clearly my way through. Sometimes you got to go through without seeing your way, and know that he's going to be a light, one step at a time, once you commit and surrender to it, right? So Peter, before he talks about speaking to others, he starts with your heart, right? So that's important, because faith isn't supposed to start with performance. Like, I'm not trying to perform for y'all. I wasn't going to perform for my friend. Like, I made this commitment with God in private, and so now I can release it and let you know, right? Because before explaining God to others and what you're going to do, God must already have space inside of you, and you have to already have committed to what you say you was going to do with God, because people's going to come and things are going to look scary, and the enemy's going to come to test what you said you was going to do in private and public. Now prove it. It's time to prove it, but not by performing, right? Just by being faithful to what you committed to. So always be ready. And this doesn't mean you always have a perfect sermon, know every answer, because I don't, right? Ooh, okay. Become a Bible scholar overnight? No. Ready means be available, prepared in heart. You know people are gonna have questions, and you don't have to have the perfect answer, but be prepared for it. Be prepared for it means like when they ask, your emotions are not gonna overwhelm you, or overtake the conversation to the point that you can't continue to have it because you're offended, or you're anxious, or you don't know, and you're filled with your own sadness and grief that you haven't confronted yet. So you have to do all that in private first, because baby, they're gonna have questions, and there's nothing wrong with that. People who care about you, they have questions, because people are often impacted by your consistency, your peace, and your honesty, right? Not polished answers. So even if you have to tell them, I don't know, right? That's still gonna have an impact on them. Well, she don't know, but she's still committed to doing this. So, all right, I have no choice but to, stand beside her or behind her, or just let her do her thing. And so to give an answer means to explain, not argue, right? Like I said, you're not proving yourself. You're not trying to win the conversation. Not trying to convince them. You're just gonna be like, either I don't know, or I'm trusting God, and this is what I decided to do. With a smile, pleasant. This matters because sometimes we think sharing our faith, or when we go in something, right, means defending everything perfectly, saying the exact right words. I don't have the right words for you, bro, sis, friend, mom, dad, sister, boys, child, but this is what's happening, right? Because people are simply just asking, why do you still have hope? Why do you have hope that it's going to work out? Why do you have hope that you're going to be okay? Why do you have that hope? Where do you get that from? Because I don't have that hope. I need something tangible to make me have that hope. And at that point, it's not even hope, right? So for the hope that is in you, and this really stood out to me because Peter already assumed something, that people will notice your hope. And they do. People notice your hope. Sometimes you can't put a word to it, but you're like, it's something in her, like, yeah, it's hope. And it's not because life is easy, because life is not easy, all right? It has not been easy. But because something in me remains steady. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be hopeful. Regardless how things are looking on the outside, I'm going to be hopeful, because my hope has been proven, because it has been tested in the past. And I noticed that when I hope in the Lord, I don't hope, that's the thing, that's hope in the Lord, right? Once you hope in the Lord, He gives you steady hope. He fills you with steady hope, that your hope don't have to be rooted in a person, place, or thing. Your hope is rooted within you now, because that's where the Holy Spirit lives. So for me, I know, sorry, I'm just reading my notes, but yes, for me, I know it's my healing, my honesty, my faith journeys, these videos, my devotional. I also have a Substack where I'm writing, right? And this quietly becomes an answer before I ever speak to anyone that's in my private life, because I'm doing this out loud and transparent and vulnerably with you guys. So the next line was with gentleness and respect. And to me, this is huge, because truth without gentleness can sometimes become harsh. And we living in this culture and time just like, I don't care. I don't care if you're offended. I don't care how you take this. I get that to an extent, but sometimes you're trying to feed people and give people something that you're not making it easy for them to digest. Like when we start giving our kids solid foods, we got to break it down to their level, right? And sometimes we get so, I don't know, emotional about the word that we're giving, or what we see people doing, that we think that we just gotta be harsh in our delivery and not make it sting so they'll get it. And sometimes That's not the case. You make it sting and people, they back away. Like, I don't want to feel that, you know? The reason why I'm doing this because it's a sting that I was trying to get away from. And now you stinging me in a different way, calling it good, calling it love, you know, calling it gentle. You trying to heal me and save me, and I don't feel good. So, because knowledge without humility also can come off as prideful, you know? And for me, I try to do this naturally when I'm talking to people and when I'm writing. Be gentle, because, you know, I don't try to force them into doing anything. I don't try to shame them for what they're doing. And I don't try to perform for them. You know, I'm not going to be on here doing backflip from y'all, not coming with the best background, not coming with the best wardrobe and beat face, because you're just going to take this word and this devotional where I am at in this day and when I can give it. And after I have sat with the word and spoke with God and received what he has given me, right? And I want to give it to you as soon as I get it, because if I gotta polish it up and wait till I look perfect or the background of perfect time, then I feel like it's not authentic, and that's just me, right? And I feel like that being gentle reflects God so well, because God never forces us. He gives us options. He gives us free will. He never shames us for what we're done. He still accepts us back, raggedy, messed up, you know, worldly, like carnal and all. He still accepts us, and God doesn't perform, and he doesn't have to, because he's God, the Almighty. Like, picture God trying to perform for you or me. Like, get out of here. So what this looks like continually for me in real life is just, like I said, sharing with you all, not pretending, speaking from experience when I'm going through what I've been through, not from pressure for subscribers, you know, or followers, or to get seen or to get monetized, but just from experience and from calling, you know, and from being chosen by God to do this. And I've been putting it off for a long time, and now I'm trying to be steady and consistent. And that doesn't mean every day. I had to relieve myself of that pressure every day. Being consistent doesn't mean every day. It just means returning, right? So letting your life become part of your testimony, that's something that I do, right? Because, and like I was saying, I won't know everything. I don't know everything, and I'm freeing myself of the pressure of pretending like I know everything and I got it all together. No, that's God's job. He got it all. He knows it all. He gives me bit by bit what I could take, what I could digest, what he knows that I could regurgitate and give it back to his people who he's assigned to the sound of my voice in my ministry to receive how I break it down, right? So I know what God has done in me, so that's why I can have hope and share this with you all, because I approve it. Like, God is approved. He's official. You know, I tried him out for myself, and I just want you to try him out for yourself. And don't think because you're taking a walk of faith and a journey that means you're free of testings and trials, because think about it. If you're the best of the best, say like you're a fighter and you're the best of the best and you backed by the best training, then you're going to get tested. Everybody's going to want to see if you really that person. So if you're saying you're backed by the best, like people are going to see, like, I go through this, they go through, worldly people go through this, why can't you? And you're backed by somebody higher and you can't get through it? And you're crying about it, that you're going through these trials and facing these things, but you're backed by God Almighty, and these other people haven't accepted him and they're still getting through it. Come on now. Come on, people of faith. Come on. So, anyway, I want you to know that people may encounter God through the hope that they see in your life. And as people of faith, we should be resonating hope all the time in every space. Hope, not perfection, but hope. Hope. Hope shows that you believe in God, you trust him, you surrender to him. You know who he is, you have a relationship with him. So that's why you have hope. Right? So one line I just want to share that I carry with me is that you do not need perfect answers. And your life is already telling a story. Live your life with God as the head, as your guide. Just live it, and your life will tell a story from you. You don't have to fabricate, okay, or make up, or add, or glamorize. So I just want to read this little prayer that I wrote for you guys. God, help me to make room in my heart first. Teach me to speak about you with gentleness, humility, and honesty. Let my life reflect hope in a way that points people back to you. And I hope that this platform and these videos, these devotionals, are pointing you back to God. I don't want to point you to me. I don't want you to get so wrapped up in me and my life, what I look like, you know, what I'm doing. But I want to point you back to God. I want you to have a relationship with Him. It is the most profound and important relationship that you will ever have. And it will help to make your other external relationships that much better. He really does. He does it all. I don't know how He does it, but He does it all just in relationship with Him. So, done for today, guys. Continue to have an amazing day. And if you feel led to, wish me a happy birthday in the comments. I really appreciate it. It would really make me smile. And I thank you to my subscribers. I checked today, I have 40 subscribers. So I'm like, okay, there's some people who want to hear what you're saying to me, Lord, the way you're saying it to me, the way I'm receiving it and able to give it back. And it's resonating. I hope that's the reason why you're subscribed. And I'm hoping that is making you picking up your word, that is making you praying, that is making you spending time with God and tapping into His closeness at every second. Okay? So go on and have a great day. It's a beautiful day. I don't know where y'all are, but where I am, it's a beautiful day. It's gonna be 92 degrees. And it's usually, I don't usually get this weather on my birthday. It's usually raining and a little more cooler, but God said, I'm shining on you today, girl, and I'm so grateful for it. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Take care.